Okay, let's get right into it. We all talk about stress, right? But what if I told you that almost everything we think about handling it is, well, kind of wrong? In this explainer, we are going to completely break down a new way to think about and manage stress, one that's based on how our bodies were actually built to deal with it.
So, let me ask you something. Do you think the ultimate goal is to get rid of all stress? To build that perfectly calm, serene, stress free life? I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? It's a super common goal. But here's the thing, that's not just a pipe dream, it's actually the wrong target to aim for. Seriously. Chasing a life with zero stress is a flawed strategy from the very beginning. Not only is it basically impossible in our world, but it totally misses the point. The real goal isn't to avoid stress, it's to have a rock-solid plan for it. And to get why, we have to talk about something called the modern bear problem. Trust me, this one simple idea explains almost everything about our modern stress response. It all boils down to this huge mismatch between our ancient caveman biology and the world we live in today. Okay, so check this out. Back in the day, if you saw a bear, your body would instantly spike your cortisol and glucose to fuel your muscles. And what would you do? You would run for your life. You'd use up every single drop of that energy. But today, you get a nasty email from your boss, and your body has the exact same chemical reaction. The huge difference? You just sit there, at your desk, marinating in it. And that's the absolute heart of the problem. Your body is prepping you for a massive, life or death physical fight. But that fight never comes. All that energy, all that glucose that's now flooding your bloodstream has absolutely nowhere to go. And the results? A low-grade, constant state of chronic inflammation. This is where we flip the script. Instead of trying and failing to avoid all these email bears in our life, we need a totally different approach. We've got to move from this reactive, avoidant mindset to one that's proactive and ready for anything. And this quote just nails it. It's all about taking back control. It's about looking stress in the eye and saying, I know you're coming and I'm ready for you. You acknowledge that stress is going to happen, but you're not afraid because you know exactly what to do when it does. And the plan itself, it's beautifully simple. It's a two-part framework. That's it. There's one piece you do every single day to build up your resilience, and another piece you deploy the second a stressor hits you. So let's break that down, starting with part one, the daily preventative stuff. Think of this as your non-negotiable daily meeting with yourself to bring your baseline stress levels way, way down. And you know what? It doesn't have to be some huge, overwhelming thing. We're talking about just 20 minutes a day. That's it. That's an episode of a sitcom. It's totally doable. The key is making it a non-negotiable appointment you keep with yourself every day, even on the days you don't feel stressed. It's all about prevention. And the best part? You don't need to spend a dime. We're talking about a simple walk outside, some deep breathing, or one of my favorites, the journaling brain dump. You just get everything swirling around in your head out and onto a piece of paper. It's an incredible way to clear the slate. Okay, so you've got your daily 20 minutes locked in, but then it happens. The bad email lands, the stressful phone call comes through. Now what? Well, now we move to part two, your in-the-moment response to use up all that glucose that's just flooded your system. Your mission is simple. Move your body. This slide lays it out perfectly. Instead of reaching for the junk food or pouring that I deserve this glass of wine, which, by the way, just pours more physiological stress on your body, you need to do something physical. Get up and walk around for 2 minutes. Do 10 squats at your desk. Anything to mimic running from the bear and burn off that fuel. So that two-part plan is amazing for handling the day-to-day battles. But what if we could actually change the war? What if we could build a body that's just inherently better at handling stress from the get-go? To do that, we need to talk about the foundation. Let's get into the two non-negotiables that make this whole system work on a different level. And here it is, the surprising, unsung hero of this entire story, your skeletal muscle. Our sources call it the body's glucose sponge. And that's because it has a superpower. It can suck up all that excess stress glucose from your blood without even needing insulin to do it. This analogy is just perfect. Think of insulin as the gatekeeper that has to unlock your cells to let glucose in. Well, muscle is like giving glucose its own key to the front door. It can just walk right in, no questions asked. So the more muscle you have, the more sponges you have ready to soak up that stress sugar.
And that brings us to the two pillars of true resilience. First, quality sleep. And we're talking a non-negotiable 8 hours. This is your body's nightly cleanup crew, repairing damage and resetting your hormones. And second, strength training, at least 3 times a week. This isn't just about looking good. It's about strategically building more of those powerful glucose sponges to prepare your body for whatever life throws at it.
So let's be really clear here. These two things aren't just nice-to-have tips from a wellness blog. They are the absolute bedrock of a stress-resilient body. Your daily reset and your crisis plan will be 100 times more effective when they're built on this solid foundation. So let's end with this. Your body isn't broken. It's actually an incredible survival machine. The only problem is the world it's living in. But now you have the plan. You have the tools. A daily practice, an in-the-moment response, and the deep foundations of sleep and strength. Your body was built to handle stress. The only real question left is, are you going to give it what it needs to win?